and rethinking about the discussion that we had. We don't have to make decisions, but I think everyone has now completed the implementation plan. So most things are completed from the list of things to do, the actions, except, and that's why I put them in the agenda, the logo and branding, and the website and the social media are not, we have no action on this because the Estonian partners have withdrawn. So that's why I put them in the item on the agenda later on. Has everyone else managed to do everything that they said they would do from the kickoff meeting?
Let's check.
Yeah.
So
don't need to do it in too much detail, but if anybody has anything they haven't managed to do, please let us know. I think. Did everyone manage to do a focus group? Each of the school partners.
So for us, it's okay. We did that. We have already the PowerPoint presentation.
And R25 as well? I don't want to know the details. We'll do it later in the week, but just to check everything is okay. There are no problems. We managed to do things.
I don't know about the rest. If the rest,
how about the rest?
The rest is actually only the Riga partners, because unfortunately the Estonian partners left us. So I don't know about the Riga. Is anyone from Riga here? I believe it is. Maybe Gita. I don't know about Rudite. Anything? They're all blank. I believe there's a problem with their internet, maybe. Talis, you're here.
Talis, but maybe he doesn't hear us.
Talis, do you hear us? Oh, okay. Open your microphone, please, if you can. Okay. One short question. Did you have the time to go through a focus group meeting regarding the climate change and GIS application in the curriculum? Okay, so the Riga partners are okay with this as well.
Thank you very much. So that's good. So it means that later in the week, we'll be able to catch up on this in more detail.
Okay, about
Otherwise,
the
we'd have to
project,
do something else.
Okay, about the e-twinning project, I applied. Gita accepted the proposal, and we are waiting for our agency's approval.
Excellent. That sounds good.
Okay. Regarding the financial report template, I created one for our partner, for Zera, not Zera, for Galina. Zera sent me something right now. Just a second. Let me see what Zera sent me. It's
the financial reporting.
Message.
The financial reporting is done in admin, so you don't need to make any template.
We cannot answer. Okay.
Oh my God! There's another earthquake. In Adana.
Yeah, she was worried about
Zera
that.
sent me a vocal message.
Okay.
They cannot enter.
The financial reporting is, I told Zera online not to worry, and that when she's able, she will be able to connect and we will update her. It's an extraordinary position that they're in. So there will be no problems from the national agency. This is an extraordinary situation. And it's horrible to think that the day before the earthquake, I had a 2-hour meeting with Zara and all her colleagues. And the next morning there was the earthquake. It was scary. You know, it really frightened me as a geographer who studies earthquakes, to know somebody and to start work with them. And all of a sudden they're in the middle of this terrible situation. For me, it was quite a shock. Anyway, I'm in touch with her on a regular basis.
Oh my God, it's a 6.4 earthquake.
Yes,
so it's another big earthquake.
They're in the process. My understanding is they're in the process of evacuating people to other regions of Turkey.
Yes, they're outside. Zara told me that they're
That's the
outside.
situation. They're living in tents and they are or on the street or in cars, and they are trying the authorities are evacuating the whole city, basically.
The earthquake took place a quarter an hour ago.
Oh, goodness.
So by the time they should have entered.
Horrible to think. So she shouldn't worry. We'll get on with the work of the project and they will join us when they can. I think is the most important thing. In terms of financial aspects,
I shared this with her. If you can look a bit. It was something really simple: activity, responsible date, and then where the cost was supposed to be allocated.
Admin does all of this for us.
Yes, but unfortunately she left us, so I had to prepare a financial report for her to give us, everything.
Sorry, who left us?
Galina, the Estonian partner, withdrew, so I had to prepare a template for a financial report.
Okay, I understand. Yes, because legally they participated in.
Yes.
Okay, I understand.
Okay.
But I will show everybody later about financial reporting inside the admin because everything is contained there. But yes, it's good that you've done this.
Okay.
Thank you. So the first main important item on the agenda is the situation with the Estonian partner, and also the impact of the earthquake on the Turkish partner. It's my suggestion that as the coordinator, Alexa, your school needs to write officially to the national agency to advise them that the Estonian partner has withdrawn after the kickoff meeting.
Okay.
Legally, I think you have to do that. And as a partnership, we have to agree how we're going to deal with this. I think there are two options. One, we can continue without the Estonian partner and divide the money between the partners who do the work instead of the Estonian partner. That's one option, which we've done in the past. Another option is that we could even try to invite another school into the partnership if it's agreed by the national agency. And the third option is ask, what do the national agency advise?
Okay.
What do they recommend? So I think those are the three options. We do the work between us of the Estonian partner. Secondly, we invite another school. Or thirdly, what does the national agency recommend?
So I have to write to them exactly like this.
I think so. I think you say, and the partners, we have to agree tonight whether we are prepared to do the work of the Estonian partner.
Okay, a suggestion from my headmaster.
Okay, before the suggestion from your headmaster, there are three very urgent items that the Estonian partner was doing. One is the website. Second one is the logo and branding, and the third one is the social media. And we can't wait for a long time.
Okay, the logo, I asked a colleague of mine to create a simple logo because we needed when we applied for the twinning project. So I showed it to you. And about the website, it's actually, like a blog. I can do that. There's no problem. I've done that before. Okay. But my headmaster told me that when she was in Bucharest at the national agency, training, they were told that it would have been better if at least one of the schools involved in this project didn't have so much, knowledge about GIS. So we were thinking if Galina withdrew because the Estonian partner had some knowledge about GIS, maybe we could find a partner that is less knowledgeable in this area, so they could be trained,
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I was looking at former partners that I was working with in eTwinning. We are still looking. I also talked to Zara because we have done several projects, eTwinning projects in the past. So we have partners. She also knows people that work hard. Doing eTwinning, partners. So she's also looking for some partners. I'm also looking for some partners. But tomorrow morning, I will also send a message to our national agency and ask their opinion about this.
I mean, I think it makes sense to have another school partner. And if they're novices or not very involved in GIS, I think that's fine. I tend to know schools who are very involved already. So I'm not going necessarily to volunteer examples because the ones I work with are very active already.
Okay.
But they're also very good. That's the other thing, and they're very good in projects. So anyway, but I think we need to ask what the national agency recommend.
Okay.
And say that if necessary, we are prepared to cover the work of the Estonian partner within the consortium, and that means we don't lose the money. It's redistributed amongst the partners.
Of course.
We would ideally like to find another school and have them as active partners in the project. I mean, I can ask my contacts as well if they know a school that isn't doing very much that would like to be involved. But I think we have to get approval from the national agency first. And that's why I suggested we need to write formally an email to them, because they have to reply formally to say, yes, it's not a problem to invite another school.
Okay.
Okay. So, and then the other issue is the fact that the Turkish partners are not going to be accessible for the time being. I would imagine it will be a little time. And from my feeling, we just need to support them as much as we can.
Yes, of course.
I felt helpless when I was reading from what Zara messaged me on Messenger and so on. I felt really helpless, and I've never felt like this before. And I just think we need to support them all we can and not put any pressure on them until they can. I know they will come back, and we will help them to catch up with what they missed. That's my sort of feeling anyway.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone else has anything else that they want to say about partnership, whether you all agree about writing to the national agency, because it needs to be the consortium agree to write to the national agency about and ask for the possible options. Because it mustn't just come from the coordinator, it has to come from all the partners.
Okay.
Okay. Can you go back to the agenda?
Okay. This
the first two items I think are covered. I assume everyone has now
until here, I believe,
in the implementation plan and has received the money from the coordinator.
Yes, the Latvian partners will receive it tomorrow.
Right.
As there was some misunderstanding between me and my headmaster. Emails, too many emails, it's hard to catch up. And Raphael sent me his part, and I will relay it to my headmaster. So probably Raphael will also get his share tomorrow.
Yeah, Raphael has been in New York since we were in Riga, by the way. He spoke at the United Nations. So he doesn't sit still. I mean, just too busy doing too many things. So the lady you saw earlier, Isabel, is was a project leader of another project which finished a couple of years ago, and she's just finishing her PhD with Raphael.
Wow.
Today is the official finish of her PhD, so that's why he
Presentation and
came
everything.
and he disappeared. It was the presentation, and that was Isabel, and she's waiting for the decision of the panel. So it's
Wow.
a little nervous. So yeah, and this was called very urgently. Yeah, so just to say that he's a very, very busy man. So the next item on the agenda
Is rethinking the content of the video and case studies. While talking to my colleagues, around the focus group with regarding the climate change and GIS, many of them are, let's say scared because it is something new, something different.
can we talk about this later in the week?
Okay, sure.
Because we need to talk about the content and real hard things later in the week. This
Okay, so maybe we could talk tomorrow about the
for
content.
administration and to clear to see what else needs to be done before we start the LTT, because the LTT will deal with this.
Okay,
If you
so
go to the
tomorrow,
agenda we showed at the beginning,
tomorrow, maybe I will put this in tomorrow's agenda.
I think that's a very good idea.
Okay.
So if we go back to the agenda for today that I proposed, and then we can deal with the details of the video, the content, and also the platform, because the platform is already ready now. We already worked on it with Zara before the earthquake. So we dealt with number 2, the partnership changes, the contracts. So we're asking Alexa to write to the national agency to ask their advice what we should do, and that we are prepared to cover the work and a redistribution of grant, or preferably we would prefer to invite another school into the partnership.
Yes, because each school brings their own, ideas, their own personnel. It's
exactly, but we need to get permission to do this.
Of course.
So number 3, can I ask you all whether you all managed to access admin?
I did. At least I did.
No, I think everyone has been in of the list I had. So for me, it would be very useful now after today that we start to use admin.
Okay.
We'll have received a welcome message. Assuming you registered, you will have received a welcome message from me, and you have your access through your own email and password. If anybody else needs to be added, just let me know. Yes, that's it. So if you refresh and go to the discussions. Yeah,
Okay.
or the activity, you'll see the activity that we have. And I posted a message to you all, and you should have received an email associated with this.
Mm-hmm.
So during the week, we will look at admin, perhaps during the other sessions on the LTT. I don't want to do it today, because I think today it's better to keep the first meeting relatively short.
Okay, so
make sure we all agree with the rest of the week.
When should we talk about the admin?
We can do it through the week, because ultimately we have to establish and clarify reporting. But I just wanted to check everyone can get into admin, and if anybody needs to add a member of staff.
Okay, so maybe by tomorrow.
I have one question. I didn't recognize one of the emails, and I just need 1 minute. I need to check that they are in the right. I allocated them to the partners, and I need to just check that they're connected with the right partner. Hold on 1 second. It's the stuff you don't see. It's the settings behind the scene. Where I connect you to the name of the partner. Hang on, I'm in the wrong project. Just 1 second. And I hope Ulysse
Oh,
yeah.
that's my colleague, Juliana Gordon.
Oh, so I put her in the right. That's it. That's the one I was worried about. I didn't know her
Yes.
email. I
Yes.
don't know her email address, and then I have to allocate it to the right organization. That's all. So when you put the data in on the timesheets, and so allocate it to Unirea rather
Yes.
than for a Geo, for example. That's all. So it's just an admin thing. Okay, that's fine. That's good for me. So the best way to use admin is to use it slowly, not to rush everything. And so at other meetings, we will look at dissemination at some point, and we will look at finances at some point.
Okay,
At the
so
moment,
maybe
we'll use it for discussion and for tasks. So any tasks at the end of this meeting should be put into the tasks.
okay.
That's so any action that needs to be done by all the partners, not necessarily by you as a coordinator, but if we allocate tasks to do at the end of this week, which I think we will aim to do, then it goes in as a task with a deadline and the named people who will do the task. So those are the things we will use at the beginning. We'll use the discussion area and the tasks at the beginning, and then over the next few months, we will start to use the other parts of the, and I'm happy, Alex, to do a separate session with you on the finances.
Okay.
And I think that would help you as well to understand a little bit more about how you want to use it, because ultimately it's your decision as coordinator how you want to use it. So maybe we book a private session in a few weeks time, and then you can see the other things. There are things we don't need to use, for example, but you may want to use them. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So so try to keep communication to admin rather than lots of emails or WhatsApp, I think is, otherwise we're duplicating stuff and repeating stuff, and it all gets lost. At least in admin, it's stored and saved. So we can actually follow up who's doing what and so on. Also, I advise not to use it as a chat place, because every time you send a message, you get an email. If you haven't yet discovered in the settings.
No, for chats we use WhatsApp.
Yeah, you use WhatsApp, yeah. So please go to the settings and set up the way you want to receive the messages. I get one a day. I get a digest of messages for all my projects in one day, one a day. So it's up to you how you want to use it.
Okay.
And so on. So take the time and have an explore, and then let's try to use it sensibly and think of all the other people who are involved. So what's the next item on our agenda?
Let me check.
So it was really just to check everyone managed to get in. If somebody didn't get in, scream and shout at me, and then I can do that.
I believe by tomorrow, maybe everybody on your list will agree, and we should talk. I mean, at least, Latvian partners and Romanian partners, maybe we should make an effort. So by tomorrow, everybody is logged in to admin, and then we will talk more.
That's great.
Next is update on the first online LTT.
Okay, if we can go to the document which has the list of things we're going to do this week. I just want to check.
Okay, just a second.
I just want to check everyone is happy with what we're going to do. I hope it will only be 1 hour a day, because 1 hour, more than 1 hour online is too much anyway. For me and for you, it's all too much. I've had 4 hours of meetings already this afternoon.
Oh,
I'm struggling a little bit, but that's fine. That's not a problem.
okay. So let me share.
Thank you for doing this, by the way. I have them all open.
Don't worry.
Struggling to share. So
this was
that was the original plan.
original, yes.
Yeah. I think we will look at the second and third item, the curriculum, when the partners do the presentation of the focus groups. I think it'd be quite interesting to know, to have an open discussion of the curriculum and the education systems.
Okay, so maybe we could do this now.
Probably tomorrow.
Not now, not today.
No, I would think, no, I think we finished the agenda of our meeting today, and then we'll look at it tomorrow after the presentation of the focus group results.
Okay, so curriculum check should be set for tomorrow.
I think we can put them into the session tomorrow.
Okay, so the content of the video and the curriculum check should be
But
tomorrow.
if you let me deal with this, and I will update it.
Okay.
I just want to go down the list and check there's nothing else the partners would like to include.
Okay.
Can you make it slightly larger?
Sure.
Thank you. Just a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's it. So day 2, the focus group results, approaches to teaching climate change. That's very interesting. I'd try and say something about that. And maybe you have some things in your own schools to report on that. How could GIS be used? I want to move that later in the week, but I will do that on the list. But we will look at it. But this is a really challenging item to talk about, especially with partners who are not using GIS very much. And we need to look at what is possible and what we want to do. Those are, you see the two sides. So there's a lot that is possible, but it's also going to come down to what the schools want to do. How GIS could be used. And I have some good examples for everyone to explore on this. So I will move that probably later in the week. Day 3, if you scroll down, yeah, the LMS is ready in its draft format. I would like if you could make sure that all the teachers who are participating in the LTT are on that list, because I have to make user accounts for them. And it takes time to do them. I have to do them individually. And I have to make sure that everyone can access the LMS. And the reason for this is I want you to play with it.
Okay.
And I don't know whether you've used Moodle as a platform before.
Me, I have, and some of my colleagues as well. Right now,
That's very good, but I want to get everybody.
If you don't mind, I wanted to make a stop because I realized that we haven't presented the participants. We've been talking for, I don't know, more than half an hour, and we haven't presented each other just a bit.
Okay.
So I will start. So I'm oh, Zera's here.
Zera.
Oh my God.
Oh, hello.
Zera. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm Alexandra Nicolaise. I'm from Colegiul Unirea Pașcani from Romania. I teach French. You have my colleague, Crina Aurelia Elefteriu. Crina? Microfonul.
Hello. Good evening. Good evening, Zera. Good evening, Ali. My name is Crina Elefteriu. I'm geography teacher in College Technical Unirea Pașcani.
Okay. I also have my other colleague, Daniela Gurzun.
Hello.
Okay, Daniela teaches technical disciplines.
Teacher.
She's her specialization is for electrics. So last time when we had another project, Eco Games in my curriculum, her students helped, our guests to create some panels, photovoltaic panels, if I remember correctly. Okay.
Yes.
There's also Adriana Vatavu, my other colleague.
Hello, good evening. I am Adriana Vatavu, biology teacher of Unirea College.
Okay, she will be helping us a lot because she's from the science group. And also Mr. Dragoș Bădăluță. Okay, Mr. Dragoș also already took contact with Thalys because Mr. Dragoș is our technician. So he helps us with, every recording. I have to send them to him. So everything will be stored by him. So this is my team for this week. If the Latvians can present their team.
I am a math teacher, as you know, and I am deputy director too. I am not geography teacher, but we decide that we can use some ideas in math too.
Yes,
Ideas from
we
this
need teachers
project.
from all areas. Okay. I don't know if Zara can enter and present right now.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody. My name is Zehra Can Bolat from Turkey, from the Innovative Education Association. And my colleague is Ali. He's going to talk about himself. I'm an English teacher, and he is a geography teacher. Actually, I don't know if there are some colleagues of mine that we haven't met before. I think Dana, Dragos, Adriana, we didn't met before. That's all about me. Ali, sen konuş.
Good evening, everybody. I am Ali. I'm teach geography. I'm from Turkey.
Okay. We won't be keeping you long. I'm happy to see that you are safe, at least. Unfortunately, I couldn't imagine that by the beginning of our meeting, there will be another big earthquake in Turkey. I'm really sorry about that. It's terrible.
Thank you, Alexandra. At 8 o'clock, another big earthquake happened here, and I just went out. We are all outside now. We learned that some of the buildings in our city and in Hatay, Antakya, our neighbor city, collapsed again. And for 14 days, we are very in a bad situation. Actually, bad is a word is cannot tell our feelings, because we are really in that situation, because it never stops. It's just quakes are getting worse and worse every day, and so most of people are outside. They cannot enter their houses, and we also cannot. So we were a little bit okay for 2 or 3 days, because the parameters were very small for 3 days. But now, just at the beginning of this meeting, it happened a big one. So I'm very sorry.
No, you
I
don't
don't
have to
know.
be.
I don't know what to say, but I would like to talk about the project for the next days. Actually, today we contact some of the geography teachers out of our city to prepare an online focus discussion group, because in our city it's impossible to find people to prepare a face-to-face meeting, and we reached some of them. We are going to make our focus group meeting online in a few days, but I cannot give an exact time to give the results to you, but we are preparing for this. Another thing that we have done during this period, because just after the Riga mobility, when we turned back our city on Sunday night at 4:20, a disaster hit our city. Actually, 10 cities were injured from the earthquake in Turkey. And during this period, unfortunately, we were living just for survival, to eat, to get warm, and to find somewhere to sleep, so that we couldn't think about the project much, actually. But these days, I called another friend, a person to prepare the logo of our project. So she said, I need a couple of days, and she will prepare a logo for us. That's okay for, it will be ready in a few days. I would like to tell this to you. Another thing, we are going to prepare the report of the focus group meeting in a few days, if we will be alive. Another
Don't think
thing,
about that. Don't even think about it.
another thing to tell, we are going to actually, we don't have a proper internet connection nowadays in our area because of the earthquake. All the network has injured as well, and a terrible internet connection, and everything is terrible now. We cannot communicate very well. But now I'm in a safe place, and we are going to prepare everything in time. But as you know, nobody can know beforehand when the earthquake will happen. So I'm just making plans. Actually, I just planned to join this meeting inside and with my laptop, because I went home to take my laptop
You were able
outside
to go back to your
to
place.
get in the meeting in a better way. But unfortunately, I couldn't manage. Again, I'm with my smartphone and I'm outside. But we will be okay soon, I think.
Zara, please do not worry. It's Carl here. It's really good to see both you and Ali. Please don't worry about anything. As I wrote to you, focus on staying safe, focus on looking after you and your loved ones, And please, the project will wait. There's no rush for you to do anything. We will make sure that everything is covered and that when you come back, we will get you up to speed. So don't rush. Take care of yourselves. It's the most important thing of all.
Thank you, Carl. Another thing to add, I would like to thank all our colleagues from Riga, from Belgium, and from Romania, who asked our safety and health. Thank you very much for your concern.
We're very happy to see and hear you.
Thank you.
I can tell you.
Maybe Ali will add something. Bir şey ekleyecek misin? Söylemek istediğim bir şey var mı?
Maybe we...
And Ali would like to say we are very sorry because of our situation, and so we are so sad to put the project into this position because of this unexpected event.
Don't even think about it.
It's not a problem at all. We are waiting for you when you're ready to be able to do the things you can do. So please take care of yourselves, most important, and don't worry at all about the project. These are our extraordinary circumstances, and we understand 100%. Yeah. Maybe we can move to the next item, Alex.
Okay,
Complete the
I
agenda.
will share.
Thank you very much, everybody.
We missed you. We missed you.
We miss you, really.
So we were looking at the learning and teaching event for the rest of the week. I will update this probably tonight, tomorrow, and move things around a little bit. We already heard and checked on the focus group. So number 5, we already confirmed the focus groups are done. We wait for Zara and her focus group as well, but nevertheless, we can present the others tomorrow. Branding, logo, and website, and the social media. Well, Zara said her friend will do the logo, so we'll wait for this. And
If you don't like my logo.
well, I made a comment. It needs to reflect GIS,
Okay.
and the compass doesn't reflect it. It's a nice idea. It's very geographical, but it needs to reflect GIS. I think somewhere in there.
Well, I'm an amateur. Actually, I started doing this, and my colleague Juliana helped me. So we're
I'm not. I have a son who works on logo and brand design for his life, for his career, and he would tell me if you know, he would advise me. And he would make a logo for us if we want, you know, it's up to us. So really, it's important. I think we come back to the logo and the website later in the week, perhaps.
Okay.
I don't
Maybe
know.
on Wednesday. Should we talk about it on Wednesday?
Yes, we can, when we have a little bit more time.
Okay.
When we had time to think about it. I don't know. I mean, ultimately, we need to get some visible position we need to get a web domain ultimately, and a website in place for the project. That's something we need to do.
So maybe by Friday.
Relatively quickly, we'll need to decide who's going to do it and how we do it. And the same with social media. It won't take long, but once we have a logo, then we can start to create social media platforms. It's just as this was the role of the Estonian partner, we need to make sure that someone is covering it. Other items? Does anyone have any other items that they want to talk about this evening? As I said, I'm conscious to keep it to 1 hour in time and not to extend the meeting, especially as this meeting is a partner meeting rather than the teachers. I have a list of 17 teachers who are going to participate in the rest of the training this week. So to advise you, I will make accounts for them for the LMS. And Zara and I already had a couple of sessions on this, and I've updated it since the earthquake. So I've worked on that. I will send you each an invitation to join the LMS. You will all be teachers inside the LMS, so it means you can play with it, change things, do things. And especially for those people who've never used a Moodle platform as an LMS, that's what we will do probably. I think it's tomorrow or Wednesday. I don't remember the program. I think it's Wednesday. We will ask you to look at what can be done. Who are the Moodle experts among you? Alex, I think you said you used it before.
I've used it, but I can't say that I'm an expert.
Maybe Talis is an expert in Moodle. No?
Or maybe Dragos knows what Moodle can do.
Okay. So what I'll be doing is planning to train each of you so that you can use Moodle and you can create things inside Moodle. That for me is the most important thing. And during this week, the LMS I made already with Zara will be what we call a sandbox. It's like you can play in the sand for as long as you want. You can add things, make it messy, untidy, and then later we will make the Moodle for the training course later. And we will do that with our teachers as well, for the teachers and with our teachers. So that will be part of the training program this week. And I suppose the other thing we need to think about is the meeting evaluation at the end, and probably we do that at the end of the week after the LTT. Alex, do you think that's
okay? So Friday.
I think maybe a short questionnaire.
Just like the one we had in Riga, right?
And except we'll need to make it relevant for the LTT.
Of course.
Yeah. And we fill it in like we did in Riga. We do it before the end of the LTT so that we're keeping awake and so on. I don't have anything else to add. I think at least this resets the scene. We have one main task, and that is for Alex to write to the national agency, and we need their response in writing in terms of what we should do about the withdrawal of the Estonian partner. Everything else is under control at the moment, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow at the same time.
Okay, can we also add tomorrow some discussion on risk management? You know, we had some quite some risks at the start of this project, so we have to, you know, maybe foresee something, you know, like
an earthquake, you mean?
No, not an earthquake. That's so unforeseen.
Ah, yes. And do we have a risk management? I mean, maybe this is something I can introduce and we ask people to fill it in.
Okay.
I have an example of one open in front of me, and maybe I can make a version of it, and we can maybe fill it in at the end of this week as one of the tasks to do. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. So we need to okay.
So we will do this by Thursday, maybe.
Probably
we have the time to discuss it on Thursday and maybe prolong it on Friday.
Okay, so I will make a risk assessment document and share it with everyone on Thursday, and then you can discuss it and then we can fill it in.
Okay.
But you're right, it's important to have this. We've done this in other projects we just started. And I know the national agencies are very concerned about the definition of making sure that risks are dealt with. So we've been doing this in another project we just started as well. So if it's okay with you, we'll do that, and we'll try then to do it on Thursday.
Okay, now can I have your smile, please? We need to take a picture. Everybody smile. I know it's hard.
Could you share the picture with us, please?
I will.
Well, it's really nice to see you all. I've been taking pictures all the way through, so maybe I should have asked you. But I took some pictures already.
Because some of us were quite gloomy. You know, the situation in Adana and everything. It's depressing. It's depressing for everybody.
I'm really happy we have both Ali and Zara with us. It's wonderful.
I'm really glad they're safe.
It's really wonderful to see you both. My heart goes to you both and to your loved ones, your families, and so on. We're thinking of you lots.
Okay, so we shall see you tomorrow at the same hour, the same time.
Okay, I hope so.
And hopefully no earthquake will come again.
I hope so. I would like to say also, I'm very happy to see Ali here with me, because we were away for 10 days.
Oh my God.
Yes, so I'm so emotional right now that we are together, because earthquake separated us, because we have lost. So we really need your support during this period, as I wrote before. But you know, I'm also will be the one who will you know, fight against everything. But everybody is here knows that the fight of human beings against nature is impossible. So this project is very meaningful, because we should know more about our geography.
Definitely. Okay.
If we are going to leave now, I would like to say thank you and good night to everyone.
Thank you and good night, and stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for coming. I will leave at the end, so to make sure everything is in place. So if everybody can, you know,